She's inside, wearing white shirt and glasses, refusing a whole flight to fly because all her bags were not on the airline.
Wait now, say you come, why you not wait?
In recent times, the Nigerian aviation sector has been rattled by an unsettling trend. Passengers turning on the very people entrusted with their safety thousands of feet above the ground, from heated mid-air confrontations to violent post-landing scuffles. What used to be rare, isolated outbursts are now making alarming headlines. Just weeks ago, a ValueJet pilot, Captain Oluranti Ogunyi, found herself at the center of a viral airport drama after confrontations with Fuji legend King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal spiraled into a full-blown boarding dispute. Now the industry is reeling again, this time from a shocking Ibom Air incident on August 10, 2025, where passenger Comfort Emerson refused to follow safety instructions, then launched a physical attack on crew members after landing in Lagos, tearing wigs, slapping faces, and even attempting to wield a fire extinguisher as a weapon. These back-to-back flashpoints have sparked urgent calls for airlines, regulators, and aviation workers' unions for tougher penalties, faster legal actions, and stricter passenger education before boarding, before such turbulence on the ground turns into a full-blown crisis in the skies. In this video, I will bring you 3 cases that has happened in recent times involving K1 the Ultimate, who had an altercation with ValueJet, and 2 passengers who had an altercation with Ibom Air.
My name is Olasukomi Ayinde Marshal, also known as K1 the Ultimate. I am here to make clarification of the incident that happened on the 5th of August 2025.
For K1, the recent confrontation between the Fuji music legend Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, popularly known as K1, and staff members of ValueJet at Abuja Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport has grown into a national talking point, one involving aviation protocol, regulatory boundaries, and public perception. What initially seemed like a minor boarding disagreement evolved into a case study in how unchecked assumptions, procedural gaps, and poor conflict management can quickly snowball into a full-blown crisis. At the core of the incident was the misunderstanding or mishandling of the content of a stainless steel flask carried by K1, who had reportedly passed through all layers of security screening and was already inside the airport sterile zone, specifically the final departure lounge, when he was handed the flask. His spokesman noted that the content of the flask was only drinking water obtained from the lounge, which as per security protocol is considered secure. Sterile areas where all items provided are assumed to have clear safety protocols. According to global aviation standards, passengers who have passed screening are not expected to be pre-interrogated about any item obtained within that zone unless there is clear evidence of verifiable cause. Yet, K1 was prevented from boarding on suspicion that the flask contained alcohol, an allegation which the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has since confirmed was never verified. After being denied boarding, Kwamon reportedly attempted to obstruct the aircraft departure by positioning himself on the tarmac in front of the plane. This act, caught in part of the video, constituted a serious breach of safety regulations and is potentially criminal. According to ICAO Annex 9 and local aviation laws, interfering with airport operations or attempting to prevent an aircraft from taxiing is a punishable offense. While no video has emerged clearly showing the alleged physical assault on ValueJet staff member, the musician attempted to obstruct the aircraft movement remains a verifiable and grave infraction, regardless of provocation. Passengers are not permitted to disrupt operational safety in any form. Major stakeholders have condemned Kwamwon's behavior, particularly his attempt to block the aircraft, but also held the airline staff members and flight crew accountable for unsafe practices. Subsequently, the minister directed the NCAA to suspend Kwamwon from flying for 6 months, which raises serious questions about political interference in regulatory affairs. In weighing into the incident holistically, it is clear that Kwamwon is not blameless. His response, particularly the disruption of the tarmac, contravenes both local and international safety regulations. Even in the face of perceived injustice, passengers are expected to resolve disputes through formal complaints or legal redress and not through confrontation. Even though the singer has come out to apologize, it is a clear fact that what happened on the Abuja tarmac was not merely a celebrity meltdown. It was a symptom of deeper procedural failing. As at now, no punishment has been meted on Kwamon. However, there are other grievous incidences that have taken place after the Kwamon incident. which involves 2 passengers who boarded the Ibom aircraft. On the 11th of August 2025, a female passenger by name Comfort Emerson on an Ibom flight from Uyo to Lagos assaulted the airline crew and clashed with airport security at the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos. This was seen in numerous videos circulating on social media. In one of the videos, the flight attendant could be heard saying, "She slapped me." In another video, after repeated attempts to pacify her failed, the passenger was bundled into a vehicle by airport security. Meanwhile, Ibom Air, which confirmed the incident in a statement, said shortly before takeoff from Uyo, Emerson was instructed to switch off her mobile phone, but she refused. According to the airline, she refused to comply until the pilot in command made an announcement, which a fellow passenger seated beside her took the phone and switched it off. This action prompted a verbal tirade between Emerson and the supposed passenger. The situation was eventually calmed and the flight departed as scheduled. Upon arrival in Lagos, Emerson waited for all other passengers to disembark, and then she proceeded to confront the person who had earlier instructed her to put off her phone. She walked up to the unsuspecting person, stepped on her and forcibly tore off her wig, removed her glasses and threw them to the floor, and used her footwear to assault her. She slapped her several times, and when other cabin crew members tried to intervene, she slapped them too. She then attempted to forcibly remove a fire extinguisher to use as a weapon, an act that could have damaged and grounded the aircraft. The arrival of Ibom Air security personnel did not deter the passenger, as she attacked them as well, lashing out violently at both Ibom Air and fan security. She was then restrained and removed from the aircraft by force. Even after disembarking, she continued to assault both Ibom Air and fan security staff and even slapped the ground supervisor. The passenger was removed from the ramp and taken to custody by fan security and handed over to the Nigerian police force for further investigation. According to recent reports, she has been remanded in Kirikiri prison pending trial. In another similar incident involving Ibom Air, an unarmed female passenger narrowly escaped being lynched by angry passengers at the Victor Atta International Airport in Uyo after she blocked an Ibom Air flight from departing for Abuja. The flight, scheduled to carry 100 passengers including crew members, was delayed due to the passengers' actions. According to reports, the issue began when the airline informed passengers that luggage exceeding 20 kg might not arrive on the same flight, but on the next available one. While passengers initially agreed to this arrangement, the woman became furious upon discovering her bag had not been loaded into the aircraft. She then disembarked from the aircraft and demanded that her bag be loaded immediately, threatening to prevent the flight from taking off otherwise. Attempts by officials from the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Aviation Security and the pilot to mediate proved unsuccessful. At one point, the woman re-entered the cabin to retrieve her handbag but instead blocked the aisle, continuing her protest. The situation escalated when airspace eventually closed, forcing flight cancellation. Passengers, visibly enraged, charged at the woman, but swift intervention by airport officials and Ibom Air personnel prevented her from being lynched. Had aviation security not acted promptly, the unruly passenger might have been lynched. Their timely response saved her life. In the meantime, the delayed passengers were provided with refreshment, transportation for Uyo residents and hotel accommodation for those traveling from outside the city. However, the disruption has caused scheduling challenges for the airline that might take days to resolve, even though nothing has been done to the passenger who caused the delays. These back and forth flashpoints have sparked urgent calls from airlines, regulators and aviation workers, unions for tougher penalties, faster legal actions and stricter passenger education before boarding, before such turbulence on the ground turns into a full-blown crisis mid-air. Do well to drop your honest comment, tell us what you think, don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.